Banks need capital, bankers' assurance. blogs.economictimes.indiatimes.com Banks need capital, bankers' assurance. Yesterday, 10:52 p.m. National Company Law Tribunal (NCLT) has reportedly asked why the RBI needs to issue directions to banks to initiate bankruptcy proceedings against defaulters. Credit rating agency CRISIL's latest report on bad loans explains why. It estimates that banks will have to take a haircut of about 60% worth Rs 2.4 lakh crore to resolve the top 50 stressed assets adding up to Rs 4 lakh crore. Bankers would be loath to go ahead with haircuts unless they are assured against sleuths of the Central Bureau of Investigation and the Enforcement Directorate charging them with causing loss to the exchequer. Without such guarantee against present managers having to face the music for past decisions, they would sit tight. That is why the RBI has to step in. Banks will need to make higher provisioning for bad loans that are referred to bankruptcy courts, 100% in case of liquidation. Setting aside resources to cover losses will be tough at a time when banks, for the most part, are making losses. The RBI's latest financial stability report shows that the banking stability indicator worsened between September 2016 and March 2017 due to deterioration in asset quality and profitability. Clearly, banks need extra capital to underwrite the impact of a haircut or higher provisioning until asset reconstruction. The government can directly infuse capital into banks. Alternatively, it can create a holding company for state-owned banks that can leverage capital to raise resources to capitalize banks. Another option is for the government to dilute its stake in banks and allow them to raise capital from the markets. Unless there is clarity on how the capital would be forthcoming, bankers would need to be prodded into invoking the bankruptcy code. It is up to the government to provide that clarity. Comments. Visit website. Privacy matters far beyond Aadhaar. blogs.economictimes.indiatimes.com Privacy matters far beyond Aadhaar. Yesterday, 10:45 p.m. ongoing hearing before a 9-member bench of the Supreme Court on the right to privacy should focus more on the conditions that would warrant its infraction than on its constitutional validity. As Abhishek Manu Singhvi argues in the current issue of ET magazine, India is party to international conventions that uphold the right to privacy, making it a part of the country's jurisprudence until a specific piece of legislation explicitly contravenes it. The right to free speech and assembly are fundamental rights, but subject to conditions. Hate speech or child pornography would not pass muster, and a mob gathering to lynch someone would be unlawful, not an exercise of the fundamental right to assemble. Thus, even if a right to privacy exists, it would not be an absolute right, but allow similar constraints. It is ridiculous in a country where it is increasingly routine for employees to log attendance pressing their thumb against a flashing electronic reader and for individuals to blithely use their fingerprints to unlock mobile phones to restrict privacy considerations to Aadhaar. The unique identity scheme promises immense benefits, particularly for the less well-off and the health of the fisc, which outweigh the potential costs of its misuse. But Aadhaar is a minor part of digital intrusions into privacy. People sign away their consent to collection of their own and their contacts' data when they download and install assorted applications on their phones. India lacks any legal requirement for those who collect such data to safeguard the data. The focus of judicial engagement with privacy should be the degree to which individuals can have control over their personal data and the complex trade-offs in the digital world between having behavioral data of an entire population analyzed, say, to train better artificial intelligence algorithms, than the existence of a right that, in any case, can be qualified. That calls for a separate law on privacy that allows collection and portability of data while safeguarding people against the misuse of personal data. Comments. Visit website.